Hi guys, welcome to Extraordinary Travels. It's me, Eugene. I'm joined today by the Hachman, Francois Le Roux.
That's right.
Awesome. So we got a couple of questions from you guys, and we're going to be asking them today. So Francois, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
So you're a big inspiration to a lot of upcoming musicians. So what advice would you give to these young students, particularly in South Africa?
It's hard out there if you want to make your living from music, right? I don't know what position I am to really give good advice, because what I did was really doing fully my own thing. So I operate pretty independent of any sponsorship, any managers, agents. I do my own networking. I share my music directly to smaller audiences, often in people's houses, regular venues, but anything that comes by. Like, people want something on a church, or so they want something in the garden, they want something on a beach. I'm there, I'm doing it. And then always taking people's details. People are interested, come do this, come do that, follow up. And that's how it's been going for over 20 years.
So, in your eyes, if you were starting all over again, and no one knew your name, what advice, or where would you go from there?
Well, I always say, start sharing. You have something, you have a gift, share it. Even if it's your brother, your mother, your friends, just start sharing. That's the starting point, and that's also the core of what. If you become like famous and you make millions, that's still the core of it. Share your gift with other people.
I see. Okay. Now you got quite an interesting name. Can you just tell us where the "ha" comes from? Ha! Exclamation mark.
Yeah. I was always searching for a good description of what I'm doing, but because I'm improvising. Basically, that's my thing, to improvise. So it's hard to define. I'm not a jazz musician, I'm not a classical. Yeah. So I've got something that is hard to define.
So what, you just spontaneously came up with a ha?
You know, it's like a breath. It's from this side of your body, like, okay? But
I see.
That's literally what I feel and do when I go on stage, is to breathe from here, start playing the cello. It's not so much here. It's there as well, but it starts here. So
it's yeah. Awesome. And I've noticed in a couple of your videos, you have this funny little car. What's the story behind that? And where is it now?
I've now got a van, like a Vito van, which is also painted. But
the Hachman insignia.
That's right. The original mobile, some people called it, was a Opel Kadett, and I bought it in 2000. Yes, that's right, 2000, second hand. Because before that I was hitchhiking. I didn't have a car.
Right. The cello.
Also didn't have a cello. I sold the last cello I sold in like 95 or 6. Then I was without anything and I was just hitchhiking with a backpack. I did shows like crazy things. I would just be in someone's house with nothing and just standing there and start talking and moving and just you know?
Being spontaneous, yes. Being
totally yeah.
And then you did that in a car.
Well, eventually I realized I was sort of hitting a ceiling. I can't stay that primitive and that minimal. You know?
I see it, alright.
It's been a couple of years, and then I thought, okay, I'm going to borrow some money from friends. I bought a second-hand car, bought a computer, and since then I've been building this one-man show where I make use of technology quite a bit.
I see, alright. Just forgotten what I was going to ask. So, in 2001, with David Moore.
Yeah.
You know him, I still remember him.
Yes.
So, you said that you had an argument. about you being resistant to direction?
I've had an argument some time ago with somebody about why do I resist being directed?
What's the story behind that?
He is also a director, and he directed me when I was doing the music for Women of the Year Gala in 2001 and 2. So he had a particular issue with me being quite independent-minded, having to work now for a director. And my point there on that little video clip was, if you improvise, you are creating and you're performing at once. And being a creator, it's hard to, especially in the moment, to stop yourself and say, okay, director, come and tell me, do it this way or do it that way. Improvising is much more about direct conversation and sharing, rather than the one telling the other one what to do.
I see. And you have this video recorded in 2012, Berlin, with Joke in this jail. Why is that unlisted now on YouTube?
So you're following quite specifically. I unlisted a couple of videos because I wanted to just narrow the YouTube presence down to more promotional stuff. And that particular one, I can't remember now why I took it down. It wasn't for any strange reason. It was more practical. Should I say more about it?
Yeah. Oh, well, please, no. If you have anything more to say.
Yeah, look, it's actually Jurke. She's Flemish.
Jurke, oh.
So it's spelled like a joke, but yeah. And she's actually now, we are now married.
Yeah, I saw you have a baby.
That's right, 4 months old.
Is the baby here?
It's in
Not
Noordhoek.
physically here, but in Cape Town.
It's in Noordhoek, yes.
I see it. Yeah. And you're traveling with the baby.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So, how did you originally start the spontaneous brand? Who first bought into this? That this is something that you could do?
Nobody bought into it. It was my idea. And it basically started from having improvised since I was very young. So I always had this line going. But reaching my mid-20s, I was lost in terms of what I really want to do. And it somehow just seemed, I don't want to be just another cellist or another classical composer. And because I've been improvising, I thought, this is my challenge, to take this thing that I've half developed and make it my career. So it was my decision. And then I went out and I started organizing the first performances. And it was a crash because I spent all my savings, and there was like 12 people over 3 nights. And a couple of them were very excited, but there was nobody really buying into it at that point.
How did you go about building the reputation of being a spontaneous performer? And also, what's the drawing to children as your main demographic?
Well, first of all, I don't think my children is the main demographic or audience. It's still regular audiences in the evenings with the regular shows. But I do a lot of school performances and workshops as well. So that's the order. But building reputation, look, first of all, I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on doing what I'm doing, and I'm sharing that. And the reputation is kind of a side effect, side product of sharing your gift. That's how I see it. So I can't really tell you that I follow any strategy or no, I didn't.
And in terms of, you've got numerous pieces which have lyrics in them.
Yeah.
What's your lyric writing process?
Yeah. How is it like?
Yeah,
for
so
me?
from start, how do you start? Say you want to write something. Do you start with the tune first? Because I'm not a musician myself, so...
it's usually an idea. Okay, I need to write a song about Africa, in South Africa or
Jail.
That was improvised.
But the lyrics improvised as well.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
totally
well, that was
improvised.
very good improvisation, I must say. So yeah, you start with Africa.
Yeah, so there's the idea, and then usually there's a catchphrase that pops into my mind. What is it when I, for instance, Africa? What do I want to say about Africa? There's a song.
Never walk so slowly.
That's Yoko's improvisation.
Yeah.
I'm thinking now about a song that I wrote, actually composed. So this phrase of "We shall take care of Africa" was the first phrase that came up. And then the phrase "We shall take care of Africa" kind of also gave me a hint of the rhythm of it. And a little bit of motive, melodic motive around it. And that's the kernel, and then I start building the song from there. So what else do I want to say about Africa? We're taking hands with Africa, giving our hearts to Africa, and we are all coming from Africa. She's the mother continent. Jotting down ideas, and then the lyrics come first.
Then the tune.
And then the music.
No, because the jail one really stood out to us as well.
Now look, I must say more about that. That is purely Yoko's art. We were in Berlin.
I can't believe that's improvised.
We were in Berlin, and in a kind of a makeshift venue where there was different spaces. So the audience actually asked us we walked around, said, okay, there's a little corner there. Can you do something
in the corner?
Can you do something in that corner?
You take your big cello and sit it there.
I put it in there, and Yoko was also with like a tight little thing. And then I started playing cello, and she totally improvised that whole thing. And I think the tight corner also was the inspiration for the idea of a jail somehow.
I see. And can you tell us about your experience? There's a particular video of you playing at a particular school, hip-hop school. Do you remember that one?
Hip-hop.
Imhop.
Improv.
Imhop.
Imhop school, sorry. Oh, yes. Yeah, look, every now and then I do performances for disabled or challenged people.
Some more of your philanthropic side coming out.
Well, the philanthropic one is more when I go to areas where people can't afford to pay fees. So I would do a school performance in the township for free. No, suggested donation is more, that's for kind of everybody, But I mean, when I do something literally for free, that's more philanthropic. When I go to specialized environments where there's disabled people or so, then that is, I don't really change what I'm doing, but like mentally disabled people are sometimes old, and then they're on the levels of say 4 or 5 year olds, and it just means that you don't expect anything more from them, more than that, and they still respond in a similar way than us normal people. So, but I like doing that because it is a challenge. And they also give something back that you don't normally get. They're just so unfiltered and there's an innocence that really enriches your own soul.
Right, I see. And is it true that you were playing on the side of the road for tips as a youngster?
Yeah, look, when I started, I wasn't so young anymore. I was in my 20s. I played here in Cape Town on the streets. That was my main income for a number of years, Cape Town and then Joburg. If it wasn't for playing in the streets, I wouldn't have made it, because I was still building a network. I was still, without the technology, it was just very acoustic, everything. I didn't record anything.
Well, it's good to see that you can come from there and then reach success. These people aren't confined there forever.
Yeah, that's the one side of it. The other side of it, you often don't get higher up if you don't not prepared to start very low.
And then your wardrobe, that's also very spontaneous. You've got this funny jacket. It's bright orange.
Yeah.
And you wear these big blue pants. Can you tell us, where do you find that stuff? And why do you wear that stuff?
I wish I had a real wardrobe. So I don't really have that. I pick up stuff when I see something that I like. If I can afford it, I buy it, and it's often at festivals or flea markets or some people making their own, craft clothing. Or here and there, I would find something maybe in a sports shop or a regular clothing shop store. But I still have a big problem. I wish I had like a dedicated
Costume artist.
Yeah, that could make it according to my imagination.
But do you prefer the spontaneous clothes, or do you just like clothes which fit in?
Yeah, I've never thought it was spontaneous clothes, but I suppose it is spontaneous because it's not a design image. So, but there's a part of me that would actually wish to have a more consistent kind of image. But it's so hard to find these things. And you like something and then it gets lost and you have to, stuff like that.
And where's that orange shirt now?
Yeah, I'm thinking which one you're talking about. I had a couple of orange ones. Did it have like sleeves like this, you say?
Yes. And I think you also had a bright orange sweater as well.
There was an orange, it's actually a cycling shirt that I bought at a sports shop. It's a cycling shirt. But that was a tight one, and then there was one with slight different colors, but mainly orange. That was flea market.
Yeah, that's good. And then, so you say you've got a van now. Is that what you're traveling around your tour? Because I see you going around South Africa.
Yeah, look, it's
just
quite a spacious van at the back. It's a panel van, so there's no windows at the back, and I can stash in all my equipment. And it's now me, Jurka, and now the baby as well. So it's quite a bit of stuff going in there. Obviously, when we go overseas, we minimize it more.
Yeah, all the stuff.
And overseas, we rent a car and still. And especially of schools, you can't just walk into a school and say, look, I'm very good, I want to perform to your kids. Especially what I do, I always need someone who stands up for me and is really excited for what I do. Because schools get so many requests for performances and this and that. But anything that looks a bit strange or they can't place immediately, they will just shift aside.
I suppose it brings back to your reputation.
Yeah.
Right, so to wrap it up, future, your plans. You've got a child. What's your plans for the future? Are you going to keep touring? Is this child going to affect your tours? Or are you going to go off? Are you going to have to settle down, stop your nomadic lifestyle? What's going to happen in the future of Halfman?
I can't look too far ahead, but as for now, things are not really changing because of the child. The only thing is we had 4 months that we didn't do any performances just before the birth and after the birth. So now, right now, we're at the beginning of the first South African tour again and then the States with the child. So far it's going okay, but we'll have to learn as we go. And so I don't want to make any predictions, but if I can wish, I would wish it to remain basically the same.
I see, and you say Grahamstown, 7th August.
Yes.
What's that all about?
7, 8, 9, no, it's a bit earlier. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4th August. That's a Saturday. That's a work.
You say you don't plan far ahead, but I mean...
No, look, when it comes to performing, to set up a performance, it's often like a year in advance. once I perform, it's all spontaneous, but to agree with people and have a time and a place to do something,
Yeah, the logistics.
you can't just jump on people and, no, you can't. It's still normal life, you know.
I see.
But anyway, we're going to do a workshop performance combination. So some people are going to come earlier, we do a workshop together, and then it's performance, and then I would often involve some of those participants in the performance.
Alright, so 4th of August. Come see Huffman at Grahamstown. Man. Thank you, Francois.
Big pleasure, man. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to Francois for coming. Please remember to leave a comment down below of who you want to see next. It can be mainstream culture icons, celebrities, musicians, gamers, you name it. Comment down below. Thanks for commenting, guys. Thanks for liking, guys. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Thanks for buying the merch. And we'll see you next time.